Yeah. Yo, what time the plane leaving? Right. See you at the airport. Hey. I'm leaving on the next plane. I don't know when I'll be back again. Kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you'll wait for me. Hold me like you know I'll never go. Even though you know I will, I'm a traveling man, moving through places, space and time.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back again to my channel, Traveling Gun. I'm back with another 4-day trip. I had 1 day off before my last trip, and now I'm back on another 4-day. And today I get to work on the baby jet, the CRJ 200, which is just me. I'm by myself, no flying partner, 50 seats. So I'm gonna give you a quick little tour of the baby jet. And then another thing, I have to say all the safety announcements because I don't have a PBS. But here we go. So I'm gonna take you back to the front of the baby jet. This is the galley of the baby jet. And see here, no PBS. So therefore I have to read the safety announcements myself. But yeah, it's just 50 seats, me and 50 other people. Also, if you ever happen to see that you're flying on one of these, you're not a flight attendant, you see how small these bins are. These bins are not that small, so most likely your bag is not gonna fit. See, mine is, it fits, but you know what I'm saying, I have to, you know, squeeze mine in there. But these, it's not that big. It's not that big. It's the same, you know, it's the same features as far as the 900 that I like working. But it was no point in me working, my original trip was a 3-day, worth like 7-8 hours, I think 9 hours at max. And it was no point in me working that, so I just picked up a 200 and I got more hours on that 200 at that. So today I have 3 legs. I go from Atlanta to Columbus, Georgia, which that's probably the shortest flight that you probably ever hear of. It's actually a 20-minute flight, literally 20 minutes. I come back and then I sit for an hour and a half and then I go to New Bern, North Carolina. So yeah, I'm working the 200. I haven't worked one in a while, like by choice. I think one time my pairing was changed and they needed me. I got junior man and I got put on a 200, but I actually picked this one up by choice because there was nothing else for me to pick up on a 900. And like I said, I'm not finna waste my time on a 3-day and work 7 hours for a 3-day. I just picked this up because that was all that was available was the 200. And, you know, like I said, it's pretty easy. With 200s, the trips are a little bit shorter. You're not doing as long of a flight. Maybe an hour and a half, give or take, is the longest flight that I've ever actually done on a 200. So, yeah, it's gonna be eventful. But you know, like I said, it's not that bad. You know, it ain't that big a deal. But guess what? I'll see you guys when I get to New Bern and talk to you about how my day went on a 200. Hello, everyone. Welcome. So I just made it to my hotel here in New Bern. Want to say that I was coming from the crew room and I ran into someone that was a subscriber. She actually works for the company. She stopped me and was like, hey, I watch you on YouTube. She introduced herself, so I want to say, Elle, thank you for stopping by and saying something to me on your way to Ready Reserve. Hopefully it was uneventful, you didn't get used. And I know she probably was looking at me like, dang, his head is huge. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, my head is really big. It's probably why my mom had to have a C-section with me, maybe because my head wouldn't fit through the canal. I don't know. But what I'm finna do is, it's a little bit after 9, I'm finna work out and, oh, let me show you the room. So, you know, New Bern it's not that bad. Like I said, it's not that bad, you know. Got the little bar area over here, sofa, 2 beds again, comfy. Like I said, I've been here before, and one thing I like about this, internet TV. So what I usually do is come in and put on a YouTuber and, you know, kind of watch somebody, and while I'm getting dressed. So the person that I'm going to watch today, well tonight, while I'm getting ready to go to the gym, and then I'm gonna come back and talk to you guys, is someone that I've been following on Instagram or whatnot, and she started doing her own YouTube videos. She actually started off regional, and then she went to mainline. And her mainline, here she goes, Court 2 Fly. So if you ever see her, I think this is our most recent one. So I'm gonna look at that, have it playing while I'm changing my clothes. So you check her out, Court 2 Fly. She went from regional to mainline. Her mainline, I think I've heard, had the best contract in the industry. So, so you might want to follow her a little bit or whatever like that. But I'm gonna get out these clothes, go work out, and when I finish working out, I'll come back and talk to you about today. So everybody, I'm back from working out and took a shower, so I feel squeaky clean. So I'm in New Bern, so I just want to give you some fun facts about New Bern, what's here while we fly here. For one, Cherry Point Marine Base is here. Secondly, another thing about New Bern is Pepsi was originally founded here in New Bern in 18 something, but it wasn't called Pepsi Cola, it was called Brad's Drink because it was founded by a pharmacist. And then it was sold and then turned into the name Pepsi Cola. In actuality, a woman was created the first logo for Pepsi when it was Brad's Cola, when it was founded here. Also, another fun fact about New Bern has over 150 national historic site, registered national historic sites here, just in the city alone of New Bern. Also, after the American Revolutionary War, New Bern was the capital of North Carolina.
Check out the big brain on Brad. You're a smart elephant, that's right.
Those are just some things that are here in New Bern. So about my flight today. My flight from Atlanta to New Bern, nothing major happened. It's just that I had so many different smells on the flight. And sometimes I just wish we had a window where we can just roll down and just let it air out sometimes. So in the front of the plane, clearly somebody was drinking a lot. It smelled like menthol and hard liquor. So then I go further back to the plane, and this is all during I'm doing my checks to make sure everybody has on their seatbelts. Next, I have a guy who basically he's musty. It wasn't one of those musties like I didn't wash musty. It's one of those I took a bath, got dressed real quick, and forgot to put on deodorant in the summertime musty. And you could smell him because he had on a sleeveless shirt, so therefore it was thin. Then I get to the back of the plane and it smelled like Badussi. Now, if you don't know what Badussi is, I suggest you go watch How to Be a Player. It's on Netflix. But I had all three of those combinating smells on the plane today, and like I said, I got a headache from that. Yeah, but everybody was cool. Like I said, I know why people love the 200 so much. The flights are short. New Bern was under an hour. The flights are short, but the only problem is with the 200, you can end up with 6 legs in one day. You can start in the morning and won't end to that afternoon, and you don't have, it's just constant turns, and you won't have a break at all to get anything to eat. So it's just one of those things why I don't particularly like the 200. And then in the summertime, there's no APU, so therefore it's going to be hot all the time, and it's always packed. Oh yeah, another thing, L, when I saw you, I knew you worked, I didn't know what you was going to say, but I like interacting with people. So if you comment on the video, I'm definitely going to comment back. especially because it comes right to my phone so I can see it and then I can automatically comment. If you see me in person, I'm always approachable. Even if I have like this scowl on my face, that's just how sometimes I look like that. Sometimes I have to work on that. It's one of those things, even when I'm on the plane and I'm looking at passengers, knowing the bin is closed, and I'm just looking at them like, don't open it, don't open it. And some passengers have even said something about how I, my facial expression. So I'm always approachable. So feel free to approach me whenever you see me anywhere. I love interacting with people and talking to new people, whatever. If you work for the company, you can always find me in the crew room because I'm most likely going to be there before my trips anyways. Just hanging out in the crew room. I don't like sitting out in the terminal for real. But I wanted to show you, let me tell you, I'm slow. When I say I'm slow, like I'm Cole Brown slow. And if you don't know who Cole Brown, that was a Martin reference, and we can't be friends if you don't know who Cole Brown is. So on my last vlog, I tried to do an editing technique called speed ramping on one of the clips, and it wasn't doing it right, and I was trying to figure out why. So I don't really play around with my phone, so I didn't realize that my phone, I can go all the way up to 4K at 60 frames per second with my phone while I'm recording. I didn't know that until I just happened to not be able to do something that I wanted to do, and I happened to look at it, and I've never thought about changing the resolution of my camera at all, period. So I feel slow. But and if you love me, please, I love these, the sour kind, or these. I will love you forever. This is my only vice is candy. That's the only vice that I have is candy. I can shake everything else, but it's, yeah. But so yeah, it's getting pretty late. I don't have to leave out until 1 o'clock. Tomorrow is when my van leaves. I have 4 legs tomorrow. I have a 3-hour sit before my last leg of the day, and I end up in Mobile, Alabama. So what I do is most likely I'm gonna skip breakfast in the morning, but I'll talk to you all tomorrow. How you guys doing today? I slept in, did not eat breakfast at all today. Schedules dropped and I didn't get what I wanted, so I'm trying to wait for 1 o'clock here so I can try to drop the first trip that I have in January. I ended up with 17 days off for next month, so I have room to play to pick up even if I drop my first trip. But yeah, yeah. And it's 71 degrees today, so it's kind of warm outside and some thunderstorms are brewing. Hopefully there's no delays, but our captain wants us to come down a little bit early because our van time is at 1 and our report time is at 1:10, and we're not 10 minutes away from the airport. So I'm gonna try to go down there a little bit early, but I'm gonna have to be on my phone to try to drop, because you have to be really, really quick, because how they do the drops, especially if the grid is in green, is whoever submitted first. So you have to click at exactly 1 o'clock or prior to 1 o'clock. Sometimes it opens up prior to 1 o'clock, so I have to constantly refresh. So sorry I can't talk to y'all much longer right now, because yeah, I have to get these schedules dropped. So I will see y'all tonight. I end up in Mobile. I have 4 legs, so I end up in Mobile tonight. So I'll see you guys. What's up, everybody? So I was supposed to have a sit right now, and then I was supposed to go to Augusta, but my schedule was modified. So now I'm sitting on a 900 doing a turn to Baton Rouge, which works out fine. It's more money for me as far as the turn, because the flight is a lot longer than it is going to Augusta. So once I get back from here, I still have a sit before I go to Mobile. I still have like a 2.5 hour sit. So it's a lot of weather coming in throughout the South. I know some tornadoes hit Louisiana yesterday, and I think that's the reason why my schedule was modified, was because a lot of people are delayed. So we'll see how it ends today, as far as if I still end up going to Mobile or not. But as of now, I'm modified. I'm still supposed to go to Mobile later on tonight. But we'll see. So I'll see you guys when I get to my hotel, wherever that may be. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. So I ended up in Mobile anyways, so my schedule didn't really get changed. I too much. Just for that turn, it changed. So that can happen to you from time to time. But yeah, I got to Mobile about almost 12 o'clock. So I just ran in the room, turned, you know, took off my clothes and ran downstairs, worked out for about an hour, 45 minutes. And oh, what's here in Mobile besides my crazy ex-girlfriend from college? No, let me stop. She's cool people. Well, Mobile is a port city for one, so there's a lot of things for the shipyards here. Carnival Cruise Terminal is here as well. They also do dry dock and work on ships. Mobile also has an aerospace here. They do aerospace things here, shipyard, and also Mobile is the second largest city in Alabama. Also is the first to have the oldest organized self Mardi Gras. You know, don't never tell anybody from Mobile that Mardi Gras started in New Orleans. Nah, because that's fighting words to them. So the oldest is here in Mobile is for Mardi Gras. What else is here? University of South Alabama is a very good school. University of Mobile is a good school as well. Here's the reason I know majority of this stuff is, for one, like I said, my ex-girlfriend from college is from Mobile. I did go to college here not in Mobile, but in Birmingham. So, and pretty much almost every other person that I met my freshman year was like, oh, I'm from Mobile, I'm from Mobile, I'm from Mobile. So kind of got to know people from Mobile and the things, you know, things to do around here and things like that. But today was really it was really you know, it was really good. I actually worked when they modified my turn from Augusta to go to Baton Rouge. I worked with a new employee. She graduated in November, at the end of November. So she was just trying to make sure, you know, she was like, hey, just tell me, make sure, you know, if I'm doing something right, doing something wrong or whatnot. And you know, it was kind of funny because she kept asking me, could she have something to drink? And I'm looking like, yeah, go ahead, get you some ginger ale. That don't bother me. So, but she kept asking, and you know, and I was just like, just go ahead. You know, nobody is going to bite your head off for getting something to drink. Then we had an issue on the plane where it was a large man, excuse me, two fairly large men sitting right next to each other. And one of them was mad at the other. One was mad. He was like, look, I can get off so you can have more room. He was like, that's not me trying to be mean or anything. And so when I told him, I was like, well, there aren't any availability to 10 o'clock flight. He sat on there. Then as he's getting off the plane, he goes, you know, would do that and sit two people right next to each other. He should have bought 2 comfort tickets instead of just one, or bought a ticket for first class. First off, how can I or anybody say, hey, buy 2 first class tickets, or put a weight, if you weigh this amount, then you need to buy 2 tickets. How can we? You can't do that. That's wrong on so many levels. It's wrong on so many levels. Listen, I'm trying to change the schedule around. I'm trying to, but it didn't work. They gave me a trip. I have 30 hours in Burlington, Vermont. If I loved skiing, I'd be happy with that. I have 30 hours in Burlington, Vermont. I get there on the 2nd, and I don't leave there until the 4th. And I wanted that first week off. But here's the kicker. I have 13 consecutive days off in the middle of the month. It would have been fine if I bid to load my schedule for the middle of the month. I didn't. I'm only at 75 hours for the month, which is pretty much our monthly guarantee. So I don't know, I'm trying to see if I can finagle something, just try to finesse it a little bit, because yeah, it's not gonna work for what I want to do. you know, I still have 13 days off, which I know I'm going to pick up a trip in between somewhere, and try to, work a little bit more hours or whatever. But I think I'm gonna call it a night, go to bed. I have to get up because our van time is at 10:45, so my report time is at 11:04. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Oh yeah, somebody, that's what I meant to say. Somebody, I don't, she subscribes to me, or she's watched my videos. She just graduated training. She sent me a message via Instagram saying that I helped her through training and things like that. And stuff like that makes my heart smile, because it's the whole purpose of why I'm doing this is, to help the next person out. Like I said, I'm not a negative person. I'm very positive about it. And I feel like I have a different outlook on a lot of things, but I was glad that I was able to help somebody out. Messages like that, just warms my heart. It makes my heart smile. And like I told you before, like I said earlier, I love interacting with people. I love interacting with you all. So if you ever see me, if you feel like want to message me, anything, comment, trust me, I'll always respond. I will always respond in a timely manner. So, but I'll see you guys in the morning. Morning, everybody. Starting another day today, and I think I have 4 legs today. I leave Mobile, go back to Atlanta, and I have a 3-hour sit. Then I do a turn to Augusta, which I should have did yesterday, but I was modified in the air. And then I end up in Jacksonville, North Carolina tonight. So this will be my last night on day before go home day. And I have about 30 minutes before I have to be down for the van. So I am watching one of my coworkers that I happened to randomly find, that was randomly recommended to me on YouTube one day when I went on, and I just started watching her, and realized she worked for the same company I work for, and she's brand new. So she's been here for like 3 months, September. So, and she's on reserve. We're not based in the same base. We're based in she's based in Detroit. So
an introduction, because I have so many new
name is Cassie
people
Rose.
watching my videos. So my name is Cassie, and I'm a regional flight attendant. Today actually marks.
She does, she's on reserve in Detroit, and she's, brand new to the industry. So, and then she was doing other YouTube videos prior to this. Of course, I went and looked down her channel, but she just recently started doing YouTube videos for flight attendant vlogs, but she had other YouTube videos that she did before. So it's just, it's just one of those things. I'm coming up on 2 years next month that I've been with my company. So, I put it like this. This is one job that I would not change for anything in the world. Like I said, it didn't take a while for me to figure out what I want to do. I knew what I wanted to do. It just, you know what? I'm gonna wait till tonight to explain that to you. Where I can better have more time, because I don't want to rush through it. And my van is coming, so I'll see you guys tonight in Jacksonville. How you doing tonight? So I just made it to my hotel in Jacksonville, North Carolina. So my first room that they gave me, go to it, guess what? Someone was in it. So whenever you get to your hotel, make sure you hit this latch. Whatever the latch is, make sure you put it on there, because you never know, they do double book rooms all the time. I don't like Jacksonville, and I'm gonna tell you why I don't like Jacksonville. We used to have these as CDOs, which is continuous duty overnight. Some companies call them layovers, where you work the very last flight of the night out, but you work the very first one in the morning. So let's say for ours, with Jacksonville, it's like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. You didn't get to Jacksonville till midnight. The first flight out is like at 5:30. And with our hotel from Jacksonville, it's actually a 30-minute drive to our hotel. So you have to get up super early, and because it's so far. But Jacksonville pretty much is a military town. It's known for Camp Lejeune Marine base. That's what's here. Pretty much that's the whole town is military. So, yeah. That's the only reason why I don't like it, was because I used to get them all the time for CDOs when I was on reserve. But other than that, it's pretty chill. You know, people, nothing but a lot of military families and military personnel that flies the flights back and forth. Also, what I was speaking on earlier before I left today was about this job. I wouldn't trade it in for anything in the world, even the delays, the IROPS, whatever it is. I couldn't see myself going back to sitting at a desk. That's just something I couldn't see myself doing, sitting at a desk, or giving up the ability to just get on a flight, fly to Japan for a night just because I wanted Japanese food, which I have done that before, or taking a day trip to Santiago, Chile, which I've done before, or spending 12 hours in Paris and coming back. Things, you know, or just getting up and going to Seattle because I want seafood from the market. You know, I can't see myself giving that up and going back to a regular 9 to 5. But that's just, you know, that's just me. Everybody else makes their own decisions. Again, I'm a little bit older than the average flight attendant is, you know, as far as what the average, they say the average of a flight attendant, I think is, the average age is 25. So yeah, that's just, you know, that's just me. I'm not gonna drop another video before Christmas. I think this will be my last one before Christmas. So I'm gonna call it a night. Tomorrow's go home day for me. I have 3 legs tomorrow. So I just want to say Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, Feliz Navidad to all. You all have a great Christmas and be merry.